So we have a new tool and power season here now. I have got a team here already. We'll go over the recommended allies just to see what other changes you can make if you don't have these units. Now, as you can see here, obviously I have the new Ella, not Super 17, Android 17 and Golden Freezer. They'll obviously have most amount of buffs, which makes obviously the most sense. Then we also have Universe Survival Saga, Transforming Warrior, and Android tags here. So they're obviously the main ones to look for with the boost, stuff like that. So with the tags here, obviously we know of, this is pretty much, I would say, the best team you can use it. You can obviously do some switches here and there. Now, a good way to actually know which units you can swap for if you're struggling with percentage, stuff like that, is I've actually on filter here, obviously, you know, applicable stuff here for boost character stats and battle score. But if you go on here, it gets a little bit different. I can't remember what I order receive for, but at the top here, you got boost stats and boost battle score. Now, I always do boost stats because obviously that gives you most amount of points. So yeah, as you can see here, it goes from best to worst. Obviously, worse than is like less percentage. It's like, yeah, 5 to 10%. So anywhere from up here, well, anything from like 10 to 15% on both is sort of what you're aiming for. Except obviously with a new unit, it's like what, 10%, 40%, 20% as it says up there. So obviously if you have them, it'll be a huge boost. But you can still obviously get high points without the new unit. Just makes it a little bit harder. But pretty much all the other units I got here aren't really anything special. I mean, obviously, if you've been playing Legends for a while, you probably got most of these units by now anyway. You can make some like switches here and there. Like you can probably bring like this EX or Brienne, stuff like that. Probably all the EX skills you can probably bring, because they have pretty much the same amount of boost, stuff like that. So they will help out. I mean, they may not do as well in terms of the boss fights. They may struggle a bit, but you can use them obviously. Assuming I Goku can bring as well. A little bit less on the stats there, you know, because obviously I think of the Android tags, stuff like that. So, but pretty much that's the best team you can use. But if you do struggle with the teams, just let me know in the comment section below. I'm trying to help out as best I can. So let's hop into it. So we'll go through the full route here, see which way to go here on the path when it eventually loads. So let's see here. So the start's usually the one to look out for. So probably middle and then on the left, obviously. So you can go move here. Now, I don't want to mention, you don't really have to worry about changing your character's formations at the very start. It's not really that much of a necessity. But when you get to the harder fights, I really recommend to do your changes for your layout bonuses. Because obviously the layout bonuses, depending on what character you put in one slot, whatever slot, will definitely help out in the fight. So obviously, you know, if you die in Tournament Power, it is such a huge loss, because not only do you lose a lot of points, because when we get high I'll show you a little bit more. Even here I don't really need to worry about this yet. It's just a habit. I always make sure I change units, stuff like that. So here it doesn't really matter who we get rid of as well. So choosing who you attack as well is usually a big deal for like the harder fights. So 5 and up, well, anything from 5 pretty much I always aim for, you know, to make sure just be a little bit careful on. So for example here now on the 5 difficulty, the team here isn't too bad, so we should be fine regardless of where we put them. I'm going to put the new LR down there just to sort of heal up a little bit, because if you have them, any units that are struggling on health, put them at the back of the, well, on the bottom row, and they'll heal up a little bit more. So here, even though it is 5 difficulty here, there's no one that's really going to be that much of an annoyance to take on. So I'm not really too worried about that. But you can see down in the bottom right hand corner, we have got that box there for the win streak. So that's why I said, if you do die in Tournament Power, it is such a huge loss for your stats. So you want to try and avoid it as much as you can. This should be fine like that. So here, now it's a boss fight, we're going to be a little bit careful. So probably, I need to get rid of 64 Diamond Goku, Vegeta, and probably something like that. Would be fine. You could probably get rid of Kuadu first, but I don't think it's going to matter too much in this fight. We should still be fine regardless. I didn't check actually the leaderboard, so I'm not sure exactly the stats or the score we're aiming for here. Okay, so if we go straight again, and then we can go left and right, doesn't really matter there. So we'll put them at the start there to get the extra special move damage, and the rest should be fine. Here again, doesn't really matter who I got rid of first. Like, especially, well, it really only matters on the boss fights, I would say. Or depending if they switch up and put like annoying characters in the other fields here. but they don't usually do that. But I guess it's just a good habit to get into. So I guess we can just stay on the left side. What's the power difference? I mean, this one has a little bit more. We'll go this way because I think we'll get slightly more points here. This should be fine like that, actually. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Equipments as well. Obviously, as you can see there, my equipments aren't obviously maxed out or anything like that. Just basically anywhere near the top rarity. So, like for example, your silver equipments, just try and get them to at least A. Should be fine there. Or either, if they're not A, at least 2 gold slots or gold and red, whatever. Then the gold equipment, at least Z plus should be fine. So don't be super crazy equipments. So we got the middle one here, because it's got 5 rating. Now, you can obviously change the path I'm going depending on how you're going with the fight. So if you're struggling with a lot of HP on some of these characters, like for me, at the moment, as you see, we're doing fine, so I don't have to really worry about health too much here. But if I was struggling, I'd go for a little bit weaker path, just to make it a little bit, you know, give me a little bit more room to sort of heal up and that before we get to the main stages here, or the main fights. So I'm assuming around about maybe 60 million is what we're aiming for, 60, 70 million. So if we go straight up again, just trying to work out the best way to go. So yeah, if we go straight, then left, and then stay left, we'll be fine. So this one could be a little bit more annoying here. So we'll put Goku and Frieza there, because special move damage. Golden Frieza I'll put up there, probably something like that I would say. Should be fine. Yeah, we'll do that. So now, probably gonna get Goku and Frieza first, because they're annoying abilities, stuff like that. Then probably UI Goku, the Ultra. Then the rest doesn't really matter too much. So let's see what's going to put us there. My internet's a little bit slow today, so it might be might take a little bit longer to load, but should be okay still. Alright, so still doing well there. So we're going to the left side here now, which would be best. Like if you're struggling with HP, you could go on the right side here. It's a little bit weaker, but same, you know, like I said, since we're doing well, we don't have to worry about that too much. But we can do this for now, which should be fine. We even do something like that. So here, probably Charlotte might be the most annoying. Even that, probably, I mean, you'd still be fine anyway. Charlotte shouldn't be that bad. So we haven't really struggled a little bit yet, so that's a good sign. So, yep, still looking pretty good. Straight up again. I'm gonna put them back there because I want them to heal up a little bit more. Because obviously, since this is a weaker turn here, we should heal up a fair bit. Probably Super 17 and Babies is the one we're gonna get rid of there. Then the rest doesn't really matter. So then we go straight up again. Now luckily the last boss fights at the end are all maxed out, so it doesn't matter which way you go there in the end. We'll probably just go straight up because Universe Survival Saga just, you know, fitting the theme. So we're looking pretty good so far. Straight up again, this team doesn't look that annoying. So we filled up quite a fair bit, which is exactly what I want. So even if we bring you down here for now, we could bring we could put 17 there. Keep 17 there, I reckon. Yeah, I think we'll do that in the boss fight. We'll put him down a little bit more. Probably Gohan might be the more annoying one, but I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna be too bad. So we should get a few mil here, probably what, 10, 15 mil here points. Maybe was that too much? Am I going to be too ahead of my 9 mil? So it's closer than I thought. Who actually has the most amount of, so 6.9 there and 6.8. So I guess we'll go here because we could get more points. So now we'll bring them down here a bit. And we can probably just stick with this. I'd be fine with that. So now here we want to probably get rid of first Goku and Frieza, probably Vegeta Blue, Hit probably be annoying, so maybe actually get rid of Hit first, then like that should be fine. Alright, so here we should get, what, 15 mil, maybe? Not too sure. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what the points are we're aiming for. So 14 mil, not too bad there, and as you can see, we've got plenty of health, so nothing to worry about there. So there's our first round. Where does that put us? 58 mil. So I mean, we are still fairly early on in the season, obviously. That's why I wait for my stamina to fully refresh so we can get a full run to see. So if we go my rank at the moment, we are currently 119. Like I said, we're still very early on in the season, but 119 is definitely a very good start there, I would say. So what's actually at the moment here? So realistically, you don't have to aim for top 1k, at least, you know, A-League here, which is top 25%. The minimum you need to get the 1000cc is 38 mil. So if you copy the pretty much same team I've got, same setup, same route, path, stuff like that, you'll easily get 1000cc. So if we have a look at the path again, I don't think I'll change anything because we did pretty well, I would say, for our first run. Like I said, probably want to have enough stamina to do my second attempt. I'll probably look at the scoreboard again, see roughly where we're at in case I got to change stuff. But I think pathway, that's exactly where you want to go, and the team, that's exactly what you want to do as well. So that's going to be it to do, guys. Like I said, if you need any more help with team builds, stuff like that, just leave a comment down below. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.